There it is. Damn, look at that. What's up, y'all, and welcome back to the next episode of Joe Fix It Vids. And for today's mission, we have the sliding door that does not slide. If you've ever had this problem, you know what I mean. So what we're going to do, the mission for today, is to take this sliding door off and replace the rollers at the bottom of the door that roll on the track. This door has got many issues, but that's today's mission. So with that being said, let's get straight to it. Watch me now. So as we get into this video, what I want to do is show you what I mean by the door not sliding. So check this out. Here we have a door. It's actually partly open. You hear that? See that? No smoothness at all. Not to mention, look at that. You see that? You see that? One more time. Just keep. Anyhow, now we have the whole door on. Completely out of the trap. All I did was try to open it. Okay. It'll hold there for a moment. But as you can see, we got some major issues. Alright, y'all, so you might be asking yourself, how are we going to fix this? So, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pin up and tape some plastic on the outside of the door to keep unwanted guests out. So yeah, let me get to this part where I put the plastic up. So that's the first mission. Actually, I'm lying. First thing we're going to do is remove the door. Then we're going to pin up the plastic. And voila, there you have it. The door has been removed and is now covered with some plastic. Nothing too extreme, just enough to keep outsiders out. You know what I'm saying? I've taken the door back to the laboratory where we're going to replace those wheels. Or what's left of them anyway. Alright, Joe, so here's our replacements. I picked these up at Home Depot. I was going by pictures of the old ones, so I matched them up as best I could. I may have to do a little customization, get these to fit properly, but that's what it is. And my tools of choice for today's mission: hammer, Phillips and standard screwdriver. I got some lube right there, a little wood block. I got some shims right here that I also picked up from Home Depot that I might use either during this video or at a later time to adjust them doors, because them doors are very uneven. So yeah, that's the tools of the trade right there. That's the parts. And here's the problem. Check this out. You see that? Right there. That's supposed to be a wheel. Right there. A little roller. And there is nothing. So this door, as you can see, has been sliding on metal to metal right here. Kind of like some of y'all's brakes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But look at the other side. The other side, very dirty, but yeah. See, we got our little caster here, but it's loose and wobbly, and it's getting swapped out. So hopefully we get a better, smoother glide once we get these replaced. But that's where we're at with this. And as you can see, I got my door sitting on a couple stands, well, a stand with a blanket over it, and I got a table on this side holding everything else. So let's get in position and we'll get started with this mission. Okay, so what I need to do here is remove this screw right here. There's one on each corner. Every end of the door there should be one. Right here. right here. And I don't think there's going to be one right here. Anyhow, we're going to take out the other three, and then we're going to slide this panel off to either side and try to slide this panel either up or down. That way we have clearance here. That way we have some clearance right here to get our wheel out and do what we got to do there. Same here. Okay, take this screw out right here. Phillips head. Take that right on out. And I'm going to move over here to the other side. Right there. Focus on the work. And I'm going to move that right on out. Then I'll go over the other corner, right over there, and do the same thing. Or maybe not. That screw is not going to come out, so I'll have to improvise. Okay, after multiple attempts, finally got that bad boy to get loose. You know what it took? It took some lubrication. So I sprayed some lube on all of these, which I should have done from the beginning. But little lubrication went a long way. Get this bad boy out of there, finally. So now we can move on to the next mission, which is breaking these panels. I think I can push it out a little bit instead of having to slide it up. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get my wood block and hammer and just try to knock that off to the side a little bit. Create a little space right here so we can work. So that's the mission. I'm going to grab my tools and get to it. And be careful, you don't want to break your glass. That's why I got this little wood block. I'm just knocking that to the side. Gliding right across the glass. And created our space. And cut a nice groove into that if you could use that later. Alright. We may not have to go too far. There is a screw right in here. It's in there. We got to stick a screwdriver right in here to access it. That is the adjustment screw for the wheel. So I'm going to get my screwdriver and adjust that, and let's see if this wheel goes in and out like it's supposed to. Alright. My Phillips head screwdriver. Probably should have did this before we pushed out the panel, but we have made some separation. I can see the edge of the glass here. There's like a little weather strip or something. But I'm adjusting that. I'm moving that adjustment, and I don't see nothing moving here. Possibly, maybe that wasn't the adjustment. Maybe that was just to release the wheel, because now that I'm taking this out, I see our wheel is kind of a little looser here. The whole thing. So anyhow, I'm going to take this all the way out and see what happens. Why not, right? This is my first time doing one of these anyway. So here we go. Got the screw out. Hope y'all can see this. And there is nothing there now. So, like I was saying earlier, sure to put your hardware in a safe place. There's my little magnet. That's where my hardware is going to go for now. So I know where it's at. So I'm going to grab my flatheads so we can wiggle this out. Alright y'all, here's that better angle I was talking about. Now y'all can see what I'm seeing. Taking two screws out the side, and now there shouldn't be anything holding that little wheel and the brackets mounted on. So I'm gonna work my magic and see what I can do to get it out. Stay tuned. Try to keep y'all in there so y'all can see the show. Nothing holding up there. I Oh yeah, see that? See that? This thing's begging to come out. It's tired, boss. You don't want no more. I'm tired, boss. Bring your ass on down here. There's a little lip on the inside. You gotta pry it open just enough to get it out. There you go. Give it a little wiggle room. Not too much though. Don't get too carried away. Because you want that thing to close again at some point. Careful because there are sharp edges here. Not the smoothest operation at the moment. Another pair of hands would be grand. But I don't have that, so I'm gonna work with what I got. Well, it's not going as smooth as I want it to, but I mean, we're making some headway, I guess. Just gotta get past that little hump right there. Alright. Well, see? That thing's dangerous. Maybe I have to leave that wheel in there, huh? And I'll help this thing spin. Get all these debris out of here. And yes, that wheel does need to come out. Just joking. Somehow. Oh, okay. There's a whole little bracket in here that needs to come out, not just the wheel. So pardon me while I get my bracket out. Move that out the way. Might need a little more room up here. Not a problem. Cleared out some space. So what is holding my little wheel in here? See that little bracket? That thing has come out. See, there's a little tab up here. If you're smart, then I'll let you look at it. Check it out. Alright, y'all. We've pushed our panel completely away from the glass, as you can see. And it's giving us space, and it's also giving us hope. Because there's this little tab right here. And the little bracket that the wheel goes on, there's a little bump right there. So we're going to push that down and hopefully slide. Sorry. We're going to push that little bump down, which is right here. Push that down and hopefully slide our little bracket out this way. Get our wheel out that way too. There it is. And there's probably one on the bottom. Identical. There it is. And voila. See here? So much easier. Think about it. Work smarter, not harder. That way you can prevent this. And then let's get that wheel and slide it on out. Look at that. Look how easy that was. So I've been fighting with this mess. Now we'll clean a little bit of debris out of here. Clean that up just a bit. And then we'll get our new wheel. Here we go. We got the whole bracket. Hope y'all can see it. Hope it's gonna fit. Hope it's similar. If not, we're gonna make it fit. So, I'm already not liking the situation. This should go in there. But that's not gonna happen, because look, that's not the same. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, our new problem. This is the wrong size. It is not gonna fit on our door. Not at all. That's not good. We're gonna mangle up the little bracket. I say we, I mean I. So, you're gonna need a new bracket. Just like this. Looks like I'm off to the stizzo. You need anything while I'm out? I had to make a trip to one of my favorite hardware stores because our newly purchased wheel assembly here was way too big, as you can see. For comparison, so I had to run down to the store and buy two that match. So, very important, make sure you have the right part for the job when you're making these repairs to this door. This part right here is part number D1688. It's an old door, so maybe that's an old door part. You know what I'm saying? So, well, now we got the right part, so we'll continue the mission. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our wheel assembly. Make sure you got the screws facing outward. Wheel in. We're going to slide it in through this gap right here. Just like so. You slide in, and this little tab is going to have to go down. There's one on the bottom side, one on the top side. We're going to have to bring that down a bit until we can lock into this little square hole, this slotted hole in here. So what we're going to do is give it a little tap with our hammer. Bam! Look at that. And we're in. There it is. See that? Easy. Before I assemble everything, I want to test the adjustment screw here. If I'm not mistaken, this screw right here should be the adjustment screw that brings the wheel in and out. Adjust how far out the wheel sticks out. So a little tongue tied there, but never mind that. I'm just going to twist away like we did last summer. I don't see nothing happening. So maybe something's off. Maybe I'm just tripping. Okay, yeah. Yes, this top screw is our adjustment screw, which adjusts how far our roller is going to stick out or go in. So I got it pushed as far in as it can go at the moment. Maybe a little more. That way we can put the door back in the track easily. And then once we get the door set in the track, then we'll adjust this here to bring this roller out so it'll sit and fill kind of the gap, a little bit of the void that's been there, hopefully prevent this door from falling out and glide smoothly across the track. So now I'm going to go to the other side and remove the other damaged roller and install the new one. Let's see if we can make this one look easy, because the last time we struggled. Don't forget, this is my first time doing this as well, so follow along. That's why I call these things missions, because there's no guarantee this can be mission successful or mission accomplished. You know what I mean. So let's go to the other side and make it happen. Alright, just like the other side, I'm going to use my wood block and my hammer to knock the side panel off to the side over here so we can access everything here. This is where our old roller was. As you can see, there's no roller there, but the little bracket remains. So let's get this thing off. I may need a new wood piece because I cut through into this one. Or we can just flip it. Or we can just replace our. I'll be very careful here. Last thing we want to do is break our glass. Alright, new wood piece. See if that'll help. Let's see if that'll be enough to get the job done. So, remember, we're working smarter this time, not harder. Remember here, you press in on this little tab. There's one on the bottom as well. You should be able to get this thing slide right on out. Press in. Or pry out, however you choose to do it. Maybe even fish it out this way. There we go. There it is. Boom, look at that. Much easier than the last time. Knocked it right on out. So, let's get our new and improved and see if we can slide it in there. Here it is once again. You want the holes facing out. Obviously you want your roller on the bottom, like so. See if I can move this out the way again, and then we'll just slide this right on in. Just give me a little room here. Find the best angle to pull that out. Wouldn't be a bad idea to wear gloves. There is a lot of sharp metal. Remember, this is a how I did it video, not a how to. So, don't do what I do. Just see what I do. Or how I did it. You get it? I'm gonna take this and just knock that right on in. Like magic, there it is. Booyah. So now, what I want to do is make sure my wheel is all the way up. As far up as it can go. Looks like we're there already. Not very upish, but there it is. Voila. Alright, we got our wheels in place. Now we need to put this little weather strip here, this little black piece. Put that back in place. Then we'll put our panel back in place. Then we can put our screws in on the ends. Same with the other side. Same way we got it off. Hammer time. Be gentle. Don't break your glass. Maybe you can get it off the table a little bit. Make sure everything aligns here. Make sure your holes align on the side. See if we can get a look at that. See that right there? Make sure your holes align. And then we'll put that screw back in there. That's your adjustment. Let's go back to our hardware container. And there we have it in all its glory with our hardware. Take that Phillips head screw and go ahead and place that right there. Might be a little hard. Have to break in the new one a little bit. There you go. That'll mount that wheel right in place. Now it's nice and firm, steady, ain't going nowhere. This is your adjuster, and we get to it. So we're good to go. Do the same on the other side. First things first, we gotta get our panel back on. You can see this one goes all the way to the top. So I'll grab my hammer and proceed to get that back in place. And then we'll come back to this area. We'll focus. I'll screw the panel into there. You always want to make sure your little weather strip goes right back in place. Maybe better just put it around the glass. And then beat it on. That way you know it's in place. So what I'm doing is I'm putting this over the glass over here. And then I'll begin to work it down. Slowly and surely. There we go. We got our weather stripping in place. We got our panel back on. It may have to go over just a hair, but now I'll bring this back down. Scoot it over just a bit. And there we are. So now all we need to do is align this part right here. So, like as before, get our weather strip in place. A little seal here. Make sure it goes around your glass all the way. Even back here, make sure it's going around your glass. Because then it's going to want to come on all funny. And we don't want no funny business. And we're going to scoot this over just a hair. So we can get that in right there. Now we'll beat it in. Might be that I can beat it right here. Just beating it, you know what I mean? Getting that what I'm saying. Voila. Don't want to hit our roller. Make sure everything else is nice and sound. Alright. What you want to do here is make sure your holes align. So, right there, put the little holes. Want to make sure they're good. Once they are aligned, you can put your screw back in place, and this is going to lock your roller assembly bracket into place. Nice and tight. Adjustment screws accessible. That's what you want. I'll make sure the other side is tight. Oh yeah, and our screw is accessible. I got one more screw to put in the far corner, and the other far corner did not have a screw. Sorry, that's not it. That's the old adjustment screw. This is the screw in the far upper corner. I'll put that in real quick. There's really nothing up here, honestly. I don't know if Supposed to have rollers on top too. Or what the deal is. Always has like a trap in the middle. It's different from this one. This one's hollow. That one has like a piece in the middle. But anyway, let's take a look at what we got. All right, y'all, there we have it. We have replaced our roller assembly here. And on the other side as well, we're brand new. We got our adjustment screw on the side there. The bottom screws to hold the bracket in place. And we're ready to put this door back where it belongs. And hopefully we get a smooth slide. But before we do that, I'm going to take some lubrication. First I'm going to clean the track really good. And then I'm going to lubricate the track really good. And then we're going to put our door on. Step by step, we're going to do this. Hopefully the outcome is positive. This is our track. As you can see, it's seen better days. Oh boy, has it seen better days. However, we're going to clean it up real nice, and then we're going to lubricate it. Some nice lubrication here. Blaster lubrication. Chain and cable lube, but voila. Okay, y'all, so we have cleaned and lubricated the track. Got it nice and lubed up, nice and cleaned up. So you can see the dirty shop rag and the lube right there. But during the process, we found another issue. This door right here is not even. Let's see here. See that gap? No bueno. So, we're going to doctor this up. Check this out. Fix that issue before we proceed with putting the door on. Luckily, I bought some shims just for this occasion. We're going to put some shims in there. I found this funky little wannabe shim right here in there. It's just like a piece of wood. But we're going to make that right before we mount the door. Okay, so I want to focus your attention to this right here. See this little L bracket with the screw holding on to it, and then we got this little wood piece that someone used as a shim a long time ago. So apparently this door has been like this for a while. So I'm going to push that door up, make some room with this little wood piece out. And this little bracket is held on by one screw, so I'm going to take that screw out. Bracket and screw. Keep it nearby. A lot of dirt and buildup too right there. Probably clean that out real quick. And then I'm going to install this shim. Might have to trim it to size, but we'll get it right. Hopefully close that gap too. Alright y'all, welcome back. I cleaned out that little area, removed the bracket, removed that little piece of wood that was there. Now I've shoved the shim in there to the point where there's no more gap in the other corner of the door. So now my next mission is to break that shim off in the right spot. I'm going to mark it where it's at. The depth it's in, I might try to knock it in just a little bit more and then break it off. If not, I'll have to take it off and cut it at that mark and reinsert it. And then once we get that shim done, we'll move on to another item I saw on this same door that needs a little fixing too before we get to mounting our real door, our original issue. So we're just knocking them out as we go. Stay tuned. Okay y'all, so I was able to knock that shim all the way in. I pushed it back a little bit too. Knocked it in a little more, broke it off, and made sure it was out of the way. It did seal the gap at the other side of the door, and I'm about to put that little bracket back on. Not sure what the bracket was for, but I'm putting it back on anyways. Looks like it belongs. It's got a little slider slot. Really not sure what this bracket was all about originally, but it's going right there. evened out too, even Steven. Apply a little pressure to it. I want to sit flush right there. And that sound you hear in the background is baby Elena, my little helper. Little cameo in the video. Nice and tight. I want that to sit nice and flush. I don't know why, but seems like it should be nice and flush and sit right where it's at. As long as it's out of the way of the other door, shit, that no problems. Now I want to move on to another issue that I found with this door. And for this next issue, we're going to go up top. Okay, here's another issue I found. Before I installed the other door, the original problem, I noticed this bracket right here at the top of this door was one, loose, but then again, it looks bent as well. So I'm going to remove this bracket, see if I can straighten it out, and then put it back on. I really don't know what it's for, but it looks important, but it's just bent out of shape. Alright, so yeah, I'm going to see what I can do with this, maybe bend it back and tighten it and put it back on. Not sure what it's for though, but there it is. Alright y'all, I'm back. I straightened this little metal piece out as good as I could. I'm about to put it on, tighten it up. Not sure what it's for, but I know it wasn't right. Like it attaches right there.
Yay!
Ah, I see something. That's strange. It's like a screw up there. It's blocking the flow here. So, let me see if I can tighten that screw. It looks loose. And it is loose. Don't know what it's for, but it's loose. So there was a screw up there blocking the situation. And it was loose. Might have been a frame thing. Okay, here we are again. There we are. And it seems like the neighborhood is waking up now, which means that taking too long with this repair was all to the good from the neighborhood. Put that on nice and tight. Still don't know what that's for, but there it is. Alright, so quick overview. We got the door back straight. There was a nice gap right there. There was a gap right here. No more gap. We added some shims. Wait, a shim underneath, right under there. And then we adjusted that bracket, flattened it out, tightened it. And then we also straightened out this little bracket. There was a screw up above it. It's going straight up into the top up here. That was loose, it's hanging down, so I tightened that and then remounted that little bracket and tightened it on. So now we are finally ready to put our door back on. So I'll remove the plastic and then bring out the door. See what happens. Alright y'all, so the next mission is to put the door back on in place with new rollers and see what's what. Hopefully it works out like I wanted to.
He tasted it. Yeah. Big bites.
Never mind the background noise, everybody's awake around here now. Alright, it's time to put this door on. Background noise, no, we're doing this. Be very careful when doing this. This is usually a two-man job, maybe. I will be a strong man and handle this myself. So what you want to do is angle your door somewhat like this. Get it lined up with the this open track here. Jamming up in there. Once you get it up there, raise it up high, and lower it down on your track. You have to make sure you're in the right position. It's easy to get off the track. See, so there we are. Looks like we're on the track, I think. Yes, I believe we're on the track. Front wheels are, anyway. Okay. Front wheels on the track. Make some adjustments. Back wheels on the track. Okay. So now we got a gap. We got our wheels on the track. But there is a gap. So this door will come right down at any moment. So we will have to adjust our wheels to get them up and adjust them so that this fits into this little channel. If not, I got a couple ideas to extend this channel just to hold the door in place. Temporary solutions. So let me get my handy dandy screwdriver and start adjusting these rollers. Feel it raising up. Yeah, I feel it raising up. Can you do the same with the other side? Looks like I'm going to raise these wheels all the way up. Get to sit in that channel, keep the door from falling out, and roll smoothly. It's already rolling smooth. We just need it to sit in that channel up there. So we're going to raise the little wheels, adjust them until they're all the way up. Hope you can hear me. If not, figure it out. So, look at that. You see that? Look at how smooth that door rolls now. I'm not too comfortable with that top part though. But look at that. I like that. I like that a lot. Hey, that one's all the way. That one ain't going no more. Maybe the back one I get to see. We're still not where we want to be. Completely. So, okay. Wheels are adjusted all the way. However, we got a couple other issues now. One is this top part, probably due to how it's shifting, has moved up a bit, so it's partially in right here, and it's partially out right here. So there's going to be some leveling going on somewhere around here. And our door lock, this little latch is not going into the hole, so I'm going to have to adjust that as well. So stay tuned. That I don't like. But that smooth transition I like. So we done turned this into a whole door repair vid. I don't like the way this little lock mechanism works. Basically you just lift it up, lift it down. You see the little thing go here, up and down. It's like two little flat metal pieces with the hook kind of go up like this, and they go up to lock. They catch the door lock and go down to unlock. Right here. This is hollow on the inside, so those little hooks, when you raise them, they go up there and hold your door locked. Push it down, they release to open your door. This needs to come down because it's not matching up with the hole on the door. This has seen better days, but I'm gonna remove this whole thing and adjust these because I don't like how loose they are. So let's get to that. See how loose that was? We're just going all out on this door today. This video is gonna be like forever long, but I'm gonna cut out all the fat, I promise. Ooh, I didn't like that. Oh, that's the back side. Okay, no problem. No problem. Front and back sides of that. What I wanted to do was adjust these. See, these are your little door lock mechanisms. Hopefully you can see that. I don't like how wobbly they are. They got a screw on the back side where you can adjust them. So I'm gonna do just that. Make them a little snug, not too tight. Then if you make them too tight, then you can't pull the latch up and down. But they were loose, so give them a little snugness here. Make sure you can still adjust your latch. Up, down, up, down. I might hit this thing with a little bit of lubrication just to keep it smooth. Go ahead and tighten that a bit. Put those hooks in the right position. Tighten that real nice. I'm gonna hit the mechanism with some lube just so it'll move freely. Alright. There we are. That's how it goes. It's the outside, inside. If you had a key, which I don't, it would go, that would line up right there so you can unlock it with a key. I don't have that, so we're not going to worry about it. We're just going to put this back. And then we're going to put this back. Make sure everything fits where it's supposed to be. Get your holes to line up. There we go. Put that bottom side in first, then the top. And we'll line them up. Line your holes up all the way through and through. Boom. Hand tight. Bottom one. Same situation. Get it hand tight. Make sure everything's where it's supposed to be. Sure you don't have no gaps. See a little daylight on the other side of that, so I gotta adjust it a little bit. Bam. Tighten these up because they were loose. Might need a bigger screwdriver for that one. It's a little bored out just a bit. Make sure you can still move everything. Sure everything's nice and free. Yeah, that one's kind of wore out, so I'm gonna need something different to tighten it with. But we'll get to that in a moment. One repair at a time. I want to focus on this part of the door lock. It's a little too high. It needs to go down because it's not lining up with the hole on the door. So we got a couple of Phillips head screws. Loosen those just a bit. And then I'll tap this down just a hair. Hopefully that's enough to make the lock. Because if not, then we got another problem. It didn't move much, but hopefully we didn't need much. Tighten that in nice and good. You don't want to go too hard because chances are those screw holes are kind of wore out. And that old decrepit wood. So, let's see what we got there. We got a little rough spot right there. So, let's see what we got here. Almost. Just, there it is. Bam. Look at that. Nice and clean. Locked. Sweet on the slide. A little gappage right there at the top. Alright, John, let me back this up. There it is. Doors in. Sliding like a champ. There's a little rough spot in the track. For the most part, it's there. Door locks adjusted. It's a little rough. Probably taking some break in, but it locks. Seems pretty even. No gaps. I just got to fix this issue right up here with the track because the door is not fit. It comes out sometimes, and that is dangerous. We don't want that door falling on nobody. So let me see what I can muster up for that. Focus your attention right up here. You see that gap? And right now, it's okay on the other end. And over there is no gap. But as you open this door, that gap area changes where almost the entire door is under there. There's a gap. So this lip right here is supposed to sit over the door like that. It just don't have enough lip on this side or the other side, but the other side don't really matter as much. So this door could fall in and on somebody. So what are we gonna do to combat that? I got the solution. I'm gonna make my own lip out of these 10 strips and these 10 snips. I'm gonna make my own lip and mount it on there to keep that door from falling down. And then we can say this mission has been completed. Oh yeah, quick note, this stuff is super sharp, so make sure you wear some cut resistant gloves or some type of PPE, something to protect yourself because these things are super sharp. Don't cut yourself trying to make a repair. Be smart, don't start. Alright y'all, what I've done is I've cut these thin strips of tin, doubled them over, measured them to about 1 3/16, and then I'm going to mount those about right there so they hang over and create a little bit more of a lip to catch that door so it don't try to fall. Keep it in the track. Experimental, we'll see how this works. If this works well, I'll create something better and bigger that stretches all the way across the door. I'll put a couple of these strips on, but if it works good, I'll come up with something that goes all the way across just to extend that lip, maybe even on both sides at some point. But for now, this is the temporary fix to keep that door in its channel and from falling down. So, with that said, I got my self-tappers, I got my driver, and I'm just gonna pick a couple random spots here to do the thing. Try to do this without drilling the holes, but if I have to go back and drill the holes, I'll drill the holes. Pre-drill. There we go. I'll put another in the middle, another one on the end. Just want that to sit up there nice and tight so that door won't fall down. One more on the end. And then I'll do another one like right about here, same way. Let's see what we got. Hopefully this does the trick for now. Feels pretty solid. It don't have to be too solid, but later on I do want to replace it with something that is a lot more solid on both sides. So I'm gonna put the other one right about here, maybe even like this. Looks like the cut's a little off, but right about there. Okay, let's see what we do. Okay. One in the middle. One on the end. Hope y'all can see what I'm doing here. Sometimes I'll be blocking with my big ass. Oh no. Did I make the baby cry? Alright, see what I did there? See if these things work. That one took a bump. That's a critical spot right there. Right there. Boom. Took a whammy. But for the most part, look at that. Look at that. Ooh-wee. Alright, y'all, this is the end of my door repair video. This got extended out way longer than I expected it to, but check this out. Look, Mom, no hands. Easy in, easy out. Door locks. Door doesn't fall on me, or you, or anybody else. We got some fine tuning to do, but for the most part, this is a wrap. Y'all know what it is, Joe Fix It Vids. Thank you for joining me on this mission. Be sure to go to the page, check out my other videos, like, subscribe, follow, do what you do. Look out for my son's videos at Mom Alone TV 719, Big Kermie, yo boy Kermie, you know what it is. Game Master, Game God, Game Lord. That's it for me for today. Mission was a success. Peace out. What's up, y'all, and welcome back for a quick update from where we left off the last time. Now, if you remember, I was talking about a permanent fix for this here. I put together this little temporary solution, but fast forward about 2.5 weeks, it's time to go permanent. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna remove these 3 little sections that I put up here, and I'm gonna replace those with something a little more solid. This 1/8 inch thick steel, it's about 3 feet long. I'm going to pre-drill it, round off the edges, and paint it. And then I will replace these with this as a permanent solution to keep our door in place. So, bear with me a moment as we put in this work. Alright, y'all, there you have it. The final piece of the puzzle has been put in place. This door is solid, not going nowhere. It's going to slide up and forward like we want it to do, and everything's going to be all good. So, until the next time,